All right, this is extra review. Remember, you put anything on that sheet of paper you want for the test. So first one is we're going to find the slope. So x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'm going to get 4 minus 8, negative 2 minus 3, which is negative 4 over negative 5, which I have a slope of 4 over 5. And that's all you'd have to do. Remember, if I get a 0 on the bottom, and I have some number on top, doesn't matter what number it is, if 0 is under, then your slope is undefined. That makes a vertical line. But remember, if I have my 0 on top and I have a number on bottom, so if this is on top, my slope is 0. This is a horizontal line. All right, so on these, we want to identify the slope. Well, that's the slope. So my slope's negative 5. My y-intercept is 0, 7. On this one, it's kind of flip-flop. So maybe you want to flip-flop it like this. So I have a slope of negative 3/4 and a y-intercept of 10, or you could put 0, 10. It's your choice. And then this one, we want to get it solved for y. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides first. And then divide everything by 5. So that comes out to y equals negative 3 over 5x plus 3. So my slope is negative 3/5. My y-intercept is 0, 3. All right, so I want to put these in slope-intercept form, so y equals mx plus b. Remember, I said if that is a 0 in the x spot, then that happens to be my y-intercept. So y equals mx plus b. Done. There's my equation. This one's already set up for you. You just need to plug m and b back into the equation here and here. And there's my equation. Again, remember, if I have in this x spot, if that's 0, then that's my b value. So right now I have y equals mx plus 10. So let's figure out what the slope is. So I have x1, y1, x2, y2. So my slope is going to be 5 minus 10, 3 minus 0. So I get negative 7 over 3. So I'm going to plug that into my slope right there. So I get y equals negative 7/3 x plus 10. And the last one, I don't know what the slope is. So I'm going to go x1, y1, x2, y2. Let's figure out the slope. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that's going to give me negative 1 on top over negative 1 on bottom. So my slope is just 1. And then I'm going to use this right here for point slope. So my point slope's this. Let's plug the values in. So I get y minus 3 equals 1, x minus 2. Remember, these values are opposite, the x and y's. So I'll distribute over this. So I get 1x minus 2, add 3 to both sides. Okay, y equals 1x plus 1. And that's how you do that. Now we just want to put our stuff into point slope. Remember, point slope looks like this. So that's x1, that's y1. When we plug those in, they'll be opposite. The answer's done. That's our point slope answer. There's nothing more to do. The second problem, I have x1, y1, x2, y2. Let's figure out the slope first. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And that's going to give me 5 over negative 3. That's my slope. Then I'm going to plug into this equation and leave it as is. I don't have to do any further. So that's my x1, y1. So I'm going to get y minus 2 equals negative 5 over 3, x minus 6. There's my equation. It's all done. All right, for these next couple, we want to know the slope. So the slope of each of these is 2 over 3 and 2 over 3. Okay, those are my slopes because they're set up y equals. So we have is there. 2 over 3 and 2 over 3 are the same, so these are parallel lines. Second problem in the red, this is my slope, and this is my slope. They are, so I have a slope of 2/3, and I have another slope of -3 over 2. So they're opposite sign. One's positive, one's negative, and they're flipped over. So these are perpendicular. And then this last one, my slope is 2/5 and 3/5. They're close to the same number, but they're not. So this would be neither. Okay, they could cross each other, and that's about all you need to worry about. All right, so this is going to be 2 problems in one. I want to find the equation that contains this point that's parallel to this. So first off, I'm going to list my slope. So 4 over 7. That means the parallel slope is 4 over 7. So the parallel slope is 4 over 7. So I'm going to use y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So this is going to be x1, y1. Plug those in. Remember, when I plug them in, it's opposite. It's a positive 2 here. It's a negative 2 here. The slope is 4 over 7. That's a positive 8. This is going to be a negative 8. So this equation is parallel to this equation. It also contains this point. We might have this problem where it asks for perpendicular. So I know my original slope is 4 over 7. My perpendicular slope is going to be a negative. It's opposite sign. That's positive. Now it's going to be negative and flipped over fraction. And again, I'm going to plug into point slope. It looks like this. So we'll plug our values in. It's a positive 2, so it's a negative 2 here. This is a positive 8. That's a negative 8 there. This equation is perpendicular to this. It also contains this point. And if you can do all that, you should be good for the test. Okay? We will have Desmos as well. So let me know if you need any help with Desmos. Remember, on Desmos, when you do it, let's just clear this stuff out. So on Desmos, you hit the plus button, you go to table, put your values in, and then remember, this is going to be the y1 tilde mx1 plus b. Okay, have a nice day.